say some shit, dude.
Well, what the fuck do you want me to
Just be all
say,
quiet.
bitch?
I just bashed myself in the
I saw that.
We're back.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake from BlindSided, and I have Marcus here from episode 3 called The Man Who Saw Too Little.
That's right.
Yes. So a few changes to tell you about. So Marcus is a new co-host as well, and Patrick is still in the mix as a co-host, but
He's dead.
he's dead. So he'll be coming from the grave.
Because it is Halloween, almost.
Yes. So we figured, haha. So he's got a lot of other obligations. So he'll be coming on the show when he can, but more often than not, we'll have him around. So I wanted to let you know that. Also, we are no longer being recorded by Content Pending Studios. We are doing this ourselves. We're doing this in Marcus's little studio up in his house. So bear with us as we get things going. We've already had a lot of injuries today by accident and
mental injuries.
Yes, lots of mental and physical and oh shit moments and
right.
And so I found suspicious things in their freezer when going to take a break.
He's about to start hallucinating any second.
I didn't mean to, man. I was like, oops. I
didn't mean to either.
I just went to go pour a Guinness in a glass, and
there were some powerful drugs.
There were things in the glass that I didn't know were in the glass, and I bit into something. Anyway, so we're good. But
this is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to think Patrick's here.
Yeah. So this is kind of the new setup these days.
Slightly ramshackle, but it's okay.
Yes. It will be as frequent as possible as far as getting episodes out, but if it's hopefully we can still do bi-weekly if possible, but if not, we'll do it as soon as we can. But BlindSided is still here and alive and well, and again, we want to thank Travis and Adam of Content Pending for helping us out. They were really important to us in getting this off the ground, and all the guests that we've had so far, and Marcus for really wanting to take part in this and to be a part of it. So, yes, we are back.
Mm-hmm. You could back up a tiny bit off of your microphone.
Don't tell me what to do, asshole.
Well, we can cut that part out.
Yeah.
We can edit that shit out.
Gotcha.
Except for the asshole part.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that.
Anyway, so, yes, we are here. And so today, since we have learned, this is really our DIY project. Like I said, many things have occurred today while we've been doing this. Marcus has hurt himself a few times.
Mm-hmm. As you guys heard.
Yes, as you heard. So that's what that came from. A soundbite of our recording session. So we're going to talk about kind of things, the importance of kind of the DIY process, why it's important to do things for yourself. And that this goes along, as you know, this is an episode about with blind characters being involved and our struggles that we face, and also the struggles that the sighted world might face in understanding our plights and whatnot, and us understanding the plights of the sighted world. So, and how we can come together and help out and make things, better for everybody. If not, well, that's just too bad. When I take over the world, you're all just going to be, just killed off anyway. So whatever.
Right. And so basically the biggest point is if you don't know how to do something, you have a choice of asking someone to help you with it, asking someone to do it for you, or doing it yourself. And if you ask someone to do something for you, it's like, please do this for me. And then you don't learn anything. And then the next time you have to do it, you are like, please do this for me again. Or
hand jobs don't count.
Right. Well, I'd hope I'd be able to do that myself. Mm-hmm. Or you can say, can you help me with this? And you can ask someone to help you and show you what they're doing, which sometimes can annoy them. When you ask somebody to help you with something and then they're like, hey, I'm trying to help you. And you're like, but what did you do? What did you do? Why do you do this? How do you do that? Sometimes that'll get on someone's nerves too.
Yeah, a lot of it is like kind of learning when to do things for yourself. But also learning when it's appropriate to ask, when do we need help? When is there a time and place? Like, I mean, because I don't want people in my shit all the time. I really don't. As little as possible, I want people in my stuff. But
Oh, yeah, me either. But then sometimes when you're trying to do something, you do come to this point where you're like, maybe I can just ask somebody sighted to help.
which means knowing, that's part of being independent, knowing when to ask for help.
Right.
Putting your pride aside, stop being a hard ass, kind of let people help you out. I mean, I ask people for a lot of things, but also I do a lot of things for myself.
Well, and when you ask somebody for help, it's also good to offer them something in return. So,
Right.
Hey, can you help me out with, going to the drugstore to pick up my prescriptions? Drugs. That's a common theme today. And in return, I'll buy you lunch. Something like that. Or I'll pay for your gas and get you into the concert if you want to go to Houston and go to this concert with me, or something like that.
Speaking of concerts, I took Marcus to see KMFDM because I was like, yeah, they're so awesome. I was really excited when they came to Mohawk recently. I'm so sorry they sucked.
And Ogre was way killer.
Ogre was really good.
Yeah.
Ogre was really good.
Ogre was awesome.
What other show did we go see? We went and saw Quicksand too. That was fun.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, and I found out that this club, they put stamps on you that are like these gooey black ink. And only did I find out after I wore white pants to the show that my pocket of my pants is all black and blue because I was reaching in and out for my phone, and the stamp is all gooey and stuff. So if you're blind and you go to the Mohawk, wear black.
I used to come home from shows at Emo's when it used to be downtown, and I'd come home and just directly fall asleep, and I had a white pillowcase, and I always wake up with like these big blotches on my pillow from the stamps. I'm like, damn it, people. Can't they find a better way to do this?
Right. And Shannon was telling me just put some clear packing tape over your stamp, which sounds like an awesome idea, but I always forget the packing tape.
Yeah, but she's weird. She thinks those things. I don't know where her brain is, but it's like it works out. But the ideas that she has,
Her brain's in the freezer. That's where her brain
apparently so. Yeah, it was like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm when all that happened. Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, so wear black when you go there, and people won't be like, hey, man, what's wrong with you?
mm-hmm.
Well, they might, depending on who you're hanging out with and who you went to see.
It doesn't matter really, because we're all black. So like we said, we're doing this ourselves, so we want to kind of maybe tell you a little bit about what we're using and how you might hear a few couple like computer blips of JAWS talking in the background, but JAWS is the speech software that allows Marcus here to run all of this.
Stands for Job Access with Speech by the Freedom Scientific Company. They're now called VFO or something crazy. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so what we're doing is we're at my house with a little PC with SoundForge 2-track editor, which is what we're recording to right now. A couple of SM57s because I'm so happy to see you guys. And JAWS. And that's it. And a little Yamaha mixer. And it's going to get kind of hot in here in a little bit.
Yep.
But we're going to work with it.
So if you remember, Marcus told us about a lot of his life story of how he kind of traversed through the world as a blind man. Well, as a person who was going blind, and how you were stuck in Boston, right? That was it for a while.
Yes, I was stuck in Boston.
Kind of give him a little reminder of what all happened. Just kind of a short,
How I was moderately visually impaired as a child and a teenager, and I attended the School for the Blind here in Austin, and then I left and went to my home school. Then I went to Boston to study jazz. Then I left, played with a band for 2 years and starved, and then went back to Boston to go to college, and then my eyes failed me, and then decided to move to Austin and go to Southwest Texas State for an audio engineering degree, is why I was boisterous enough to go, hey man, I could probably record your podcast. And yeah, that's it. That's to make a long story short.
Oh, and real quick, while we are talking about the recording part, our good buddy Owen, Kieran, his brother, was on episode 2 along with Geraldine G. who Patrick called a man by accident. But anyway, Karen's brother Owen really graciously offered to help record this for us too. So we really are trying this ourselves first, but we really want to thank him for stepping into really trying to step up to help us out too. We really want him to know that. So
yeah, and he may end up doing
He
it
still
if I
might.
suck too bad. So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, so there we go. So this is going to be a very long episode because this really is just us kind of testing it out and coming back around to make sure we still kind of have it in us. And we want you to kind of give us some feedback on how it went because, yeah, we really are getting back into it our own way.
But if you can't figure out how to do something, do it anyway.
Just try it. I mean,
That's the answer. Yeah,
I used to record my own kind of like demos and stuff, like really rough demos of stuff on my own computer at home, and sometimes it would take forever to figure out the programs. But man, if you want to do it, you're gonna check it out and you're gonna try it, and you're gonna have a lot of trial and error. You're gonna say shit a lot because you're gonna get really pissed off at the things that you're working with. And technology does not always do what you want it to do.
And you might even find things that kind of have their own characteristics. Like maybe even if we have someone else do this later, we'll have a couple of episodes that, hey, those episodes sounded, different than all the rest because those were the 2-track ones that were done in that little bitty room with the cats running around.
This is our demo tape.
That's right.
We want to be rock stars someday. Got to start somewhere, right?
Right.
Well, of course, I've had my rock star moments, but we shouldn't go into all of those, should we?
Only some of them.
Only some of them are appropriate for...
And I'm trying to let Jake lead because I'm the new guy. So I'm trying to learn from him because that's something else is listen. Because we blind folks have our brains and our ears. So listen to folks. And when they're trying to help you, let them help you, but don't just let them do everything. Because there's folks that will say, hey, do this for me, and have somebody do it. But then there's folks who will say, hey, can you help me with this? But then we'll sit back and let the person do it. And then there's people that try to help you, but then they want to just do it for you. And you have to navigate that complicated situation.
I had friends that try to cut my food for me. I'm like, dude, back up. 50 feet.
Oh, man, that's when you should have been holding the knife from the beginning where you can stab them when they try that.
I'm not a good stab artist, I guess. I mean, all these beliefs that I'm so hardcore and I can cut anybody around me and just decimate. Well, I shouldn't say decimate. More like destroy a massive amount of population.
Well, that's because you're a African-American man in a punk band shirt. That looks right.
I'm wearing an Unsane shirt, if you know all the band Unsane. They had a great show, by the way. We're going to talk about all that kind of stuff, too, because we go to shows, and I've been taking Marcus to more shows, like kind of stuff he's not really been used to,
Oh, and it's funny because Jake, he knows everybody. Like he goes, yeah, I know everybody. I'm like, really? And we're walking down the street and someone's like, hey, Jake. And I'm like, whoa, dude, you knew that? And then like 100 yards on, hey, Jake, what's going on? Where are you going? And then, he's like, yeah, I know everybody. I told you. So we go into this club and then halfway through the show, somebody goes, hey, Marcus, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in like 15 years. So we find out of the 20 people that know Jake, we'll see one person that knows me from like a long time ago when I used to scour downtown like Jake does.
When he used to be cool?
Right. Now I'm like all old and
dried up and
crusty
frail
and nasty. Right.
What else?
I'm not brave. That's for sure.
Not brave.
Cowardly. Quite cowardly.
His wife beats him.
With a frosted glass.
She almost did beat you down there. If you guys want to know that story, ask me sometime off the record, and I'll tell you. But yeah, or ask Marcus. We'll tell you what actually happened. But yeah, very amusing story.
It's funny.
It makes for a good TV show thing.
And we're trying to decide who's in trouble. Like, is it Jake that's in trouble? Me that's in trouble?
I might be in trouble in a few minutes. God.
Uh-oh. My phone just went, woo! Which means I just got a text.
Oh.
And it was Shannon. So let's see.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, that's because it was in my pocket. I'll turn it up loud. Let's see. Let's see what the text says. This is how blind people read text. All right.
We're gonna cut some of this out.
Oops.
Series FM. Messages. One unread message. Search. Search field. Cox Shannon. Unread. Gonna stop by cast real quick. 5:47 p.m. Actions available.
Okay.
Selected.
So she's going over to her buddy's house.
We're gonna cut all that out.
Back button.
There you go.
But yeah, so there you go. That's pretty much it. I think really just we mostly just wanted to kind of come back and say hello and introduce the new and improved, the new co-host.
Dun dun dun.
And our wonderfully illustrious Patrick is still in the mix, so don't worry, he is not lost.
Oh yeah, he will be around.
Well, he's
sure.
lost, but we've misplaced him, but he'll come back.
Yeah. We're gonna do like saxophone duets too, for like little soundbite things where we can go when we say something like really stupid. So it'll be saxophone all the time.
I have to leave now.
You have to leave now?
No.
Oh.
But yeah. So all right. So thank you for coming in today and listening to us. And this is where we're gonna go from here on. It will be. We'll get better as we go along. Again, starting over a little bit. So hey.
Mm-hmm. That's good. We'll actually write some pre-show notes to figure out what we're going to talk about
We
and
never
why.
do that.
What we don't?
No.
Oh, well. I mean, I gave some thought to it last time. This time, I just was like, oh, well, we need to put a recording setup together and see what we're going to do.
This was mostly it. Today was mostly just getting back on track.
Yeah, but see, I'm not even done with my first beer yet, and I've got another one.
Well, we'll just drink it off record.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess, like Jake says, bye, folks.
Bye.